Now, the Nigerian government has served a notice it may drag Ghana to the Community Court of Justice of ECOWAS for breach of protocols it says allow its citizens to move freely. Its Foreign Affairs Minister, Geoffrey Onyeama, says the country's Charge Affair Office in Ghana has been summoned to Nigeria to provide full details of the alleged harassment of its citizens involved in the retail market.
The GIPC Act, which is the Ghana Investment Promotion Act, which bars non-Ghanaian, according to the local law, from engaging into retail trading, which, as at 1994, was pegged at 300,000 United States dollars for such person willing to, go into such trade, invest such amount in equity or in cash, which was later reviewed to 1 million United States dollars on the 26th of August 2013 through the Act of Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. That is where we are now. We are no longer at 300,000 US dollars. We are now at 1 million United States dollars. Whereas, as we know, Ghanaian traders, Ghanaian fishermen, Ghanaian petty traders, Ghanaian hawkers, Ghanaian taxi drivers, Ghanaian citizens are here in Nigeria, in every nooks and crannies of our country, living peacefully by the protection, under the protection of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and in keeping with the spirit and letters of the ECOWAS protocol for ECOWAS citizens. Whereas Ghanaian citizens in Nigeria are enjoying unfettered access to our economy, to our units, to whatever we are doing, without any form of harassment. It is shocking that in Ghana now, Nigerians in Ghana are not given such equal opportunity under the same protocol of ECOWAS, and this is very instructive for our government. I think we should begin to look at what we have to do in that regard. Well, for now, we may have to look at, while we look at the immediate solution, we want to thank the Federal Minister of Foreign Affairs and Mr. President for the good work people are doing. I want to believe that with concerted efforts and more collaboration and more efforts, I want to believe that maybe things will improve. But first, we need to de-escalate the tension. Tension is very high in Ghana. Our citizens are afraid now. We do not want to see a situation whereby somebody will get killed in the process, which will now lead to, more disturbing development. We also need to see beyond what they have told us. We will appreciate more steps taken in this regard to really engage the government, possibly one-on-one in the days ahead, and to see how best this matter will be resolved. We want to sincerely thank you. Of course, it is important to put it on record, Excellency, that even our Nigerian traders in Ghana have also shown express appreciation to the efforts of federal government. They are aware of the works of the ministry and what the federal government is doing, and they're equally hopeful that with God's help that there will be solution. They are our citizens, and their interest is also of utmost priority to our government.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, has described as unreasonable threats by the Nigerian High Commission in Ghana to invoke reprisal attack on Ghanaian traders in Nigeria. This, according to the commission, is to condemn the closure of shops of some Nigerian traders at Opera Square.
The ECOWAS treaty itself dwells on the goods that are produced in this country so that it will enhance on the productivity of the sub-regional grouping. And so if you go outside this peripheral and then wanting to do import from outside the confines of the ECOWAS community, then the local laws are telling you that do this and this and that, for which these people are refusing to oblige.
Over the past 25 years, we have seen so much wranglings between yourself, locals, and that of the foreigners. Closure of shops has been the norm. We got in touch with the Trade Minister, Alan Tremantin, and together with the GIPC Chief Executive, Yofi Grant, and one message, goes through their submissions. We must deal with this with diplomacy, they claim. It suggests that the closure of shops, the entire demonstrations and things are not diplomatic enough. to deal with the matter?
What is the essence of democracy? We are being civil on our demand. We haven't killed or maimed anybody. We haven't burnt anybody's shops. Elsewhere, people, other countries have been doing that as their demand. We do not do that. We have never done that before. There's no evidence to suggest that. We have been civil on our demand, and we have been consistent. It is only about the last few months that we have reached our tolerance levels to the extent that we did a semblance of the breach of the law. But that is not, because the Constitution itself tells us that if there's a law that is enshrined in the Constitution that is not being applied, the citizens have the right to make sure that it's being enforced. And that's exactly what we did by closing the shops of these people, to show as a signal. Now it has come to the realization by the state that they have to enforce the law because of some of these actions.
But speaking of the actions, we've also had people raise concerns about the security implications it could have moving forward. You're having cases where there could possibly be an insurgent and a reprisal attacks as well. Do you factor all these things in before you take your actions?
Reprisal attacks on what? We haven't made any uncivilized attack on anybody, and no country will use even that method. If laws are there, we are talking about laws. What the state apparatus is doing now is to enforce the laws that is enshrined in our Constitution. And so, how can somebody say that we are making a reprisal attack unless they are also enforcing their local laws for which they have every right? So if they have a law, we are not saying, because nations are built around laws. A nation without law is like a jungle. These problems are coming because the law that have been clearly defined by our parliament and all that is not being observed. That's why there's semblance of a breach of peace.
So do you feel that there's been a breach in diplomacy?
What I'm saying is that if any other country have a similar law that seeks to protect its economy, protect its citizens, or otherwise, Nigeria cited security as part of closing its borders because it's very important and it's on priority to them. We are talking about economy and our citizens.
Do you feel government
even us, we are not being allowed to excessively import.